A very good morning to all of you listeners. Today is your 178th day of your godly blessing. I hope all of you are doing well, and I am sure all these blessings are helping you out a lot because these are not my words, these are godly words, divine words, which make your mind very peaceful. So, even if you change a little bit out of this, that's a great achievement for you yourself, and you'll be able to make everybody around you peaceful with this knowledge. And let's go ahead with today's blessing. But before we go ahead, let's have a look at this link above, which takes you directly to flexibility yoga asanas and diet and sleep patterns, how to maintain them, how to improve them. Meditation is important, but at the same time, a balance between health and mind is wonderful. So let's go ahead with today's blessing, what Baba has to say. In today's blessing, Baba wants us to become unshakable, and we generally think that we are doing everything in God's name, or whenever we open up a business, or whenever we inaugurate a new house or a new thing, or if we buy an appliance, we generally do some form of ritual or some kind of puja that we do, right? And we think that that's supposed to be done only when we do those things. But God says every moment, every second of your life is so important, so gracious it should be. And it should be along with me. Make me your friend, make me your partner in doing everything from waking up in the morning to eating to cooking to bathing, and even your work, even your business, even your decisions. Take me along with you so that you use virtues and values. That's what it means by taking God along with you, or having God there with you when you're opening up something or you're starting up a new startup. So God wants us to become powerful and virtuous, and also to have the powers to discern what is right and what is wrong. Otherwise, we get into entanglements by using our own intellect, which has become so impure in this world today, and get influenced by the impure thoughts of other souls also. So let's understand what Baba has to say. Baba says, may your intellect have unshakable faith and make every task easy with the authority of the Almighty Father. So God is Almighty. Why? Because He's an authority of giving us virtues, values, and powers. Powers like power to tolerate, power to decide, to discern what is right, what is wrong, power when to speak, when not to speak, power when to act, when not to act, power to assimilate and accumulate things and make them less in our life so that we don't keep on accumulating them and be satisfied and be content, power to cooperate with others, power to accept others as they are, and there's so many other things which God teaches us how to do that. So let's go ahead in today's blessing, what Baba the Almighty Father has to say. Baba says, we carry out all tasks with the authority of the most elevated Almighty Father. That's what we do. Homely task also, everything. We get up in the morning. We might worship, we might do some form of puja, and we say, God be with me. But God being with us doesn't mean that He's going to be there in a physical form. God's values and God's virtues and God's power can be there with us. So He is the ocean of power. That means He has the ocean of tolerance, ocean of patience, ocean of love, ocean of dependence, ocean of acceptance, and there's so many other things where God is infinitely. So God being with us means we use those talents, we use those powers, we use those virtues while doing that task. That's what it means, God be with me. Now, let this faith be so unshakable that no one can shake you. By doing so, no matter how big a task you carry out, you will experience it to be easy. When we are starting up something new, and let's say you're starting up a business and your partner tends to be somebody who doesn't have those virtues or values, and you suddenly find out that it's going to be a very difficult journey, what do? You find out ways, you have God with you to find ways to make that successful. You find ways not to complain or blame or try to change that person forcefully. Or even if you've not got into a business deal, or even if you've not got into that job which you're looking for, you are in discernment, you are meditating, you are in God's presence, and God is guiding you and protecting you from taking those wrong decisions, protecting you from the wrong people to get into business or in a job or anything. That's what God does. And when we leave His hand, we get into the wrong places, wrong hands, and that's where we start crying out for God again. But if we keep God as a companion, as a friend all the time while doing any task, imagine it will be slow, but it will be very, very fast and fruitful. We might think it's taking a lot of time because godly path is a mature path. It's like, a ripened fruit. Either we have a ripened fruit or we just pluck it out. And having the shortcut in our life or using any kind of manipulation is like having that raw fruit, not yet ripened. So, choice is ours. By doing so, no matter how big a task you carry out, it can be very big, you will experience it to be easy. Nowadays, science has invented such machinery that you can easily receive an answer to any question, right? We have the computers, we have the laptops, they're getting so fast. Supercomputers have gone way behind, and we got now computers which are at your home disposal, and they are ready to make you go faster in your life. So similarly, God is a being who helps us to see through things very clearly and very calmly. Whereas when we are in our own intellect, we are using our own intellect of vices, that's where the clarity is gone. We have so much of darkness in front of our eyes that we are either in jealousy, or we are in greed, or we are in hatred, and we're not able to decide right things. Having God with us means you're meditating early in the morning and you're deciding what is right and what is wrong, what is the best decision for you at this present time, in the present situation around you, and the world as a whole too. God tells you and guides you completely in the whole world scenario, actually. So nowadays science has invented such machinery that you can easily receive an answer to any question, and you're free from using your brain. So God doesn't want us to use our intellect anymore. It doesn't mean that you stop thinking. God wants us to think purely, and pure thinking is easy, whereas using impure thinking means so much of manipulation, so much of lies. You have to overthink to hide those things. You have to manipulate so much, you have to tell lies, you have to be greedy, you have to be jealous, you have to be competitive, and so many other things. You have to put other people down, be egoistic, and that's too hard. God says that's not the easy path. So God wants us to take the easy path. We don't have to use any of our intellect and mind, and we are relaxed, just like that machinery which God talks about here. In the same way, when you keep the Almighty authority in front of you, that means, God, I want to do this task. Which quality or which power should I use? Should I be humble in this situation? Should I be polite? Should I be kind? Should I be generous? Or should I be loyal? Should I be somebody who says no at this point of time? If somebody's trying to use me, should I say no? So God gives us everything, but with politeness, with that value and virtue. Think about it. So that is what it means by keeping God in front of you. It doesn't mean that you go to a temple and you offer him something and you say, God, please be with me. Sorry, God. Those are ways of worshipping where we are so far away in relationship with God. We are like a bhakt or a worshipper, and God feels like he's so far away. But God wants us to come closer. He's an ocean of virtues, an ocean of powers and values. He says, you imbibe those things and you'll come closer to me. As simple as that. So God wants us to become like him. We cannot be him, but become like him. So that's what it means by having God along with us. So you will easily have an answer to all the questions and experience this path to be easy. It will be easier to follow this path, whether it's a spiritual path, whether it's your financial path, whether it's your relationship path, or any other path. You'll find it very easy because of those values and virtues. It's the vices which bring about chaos in our life, whether it's financial chaos, whether it's relationship chaos, it's ego, it's jealousy, it's harshness, which brings about all the trouble in our life, in every area of our life. Even your physical health goes down because of that reason. But God here says, have me along with you, and every task of yours, whether it's your physical task, health, whether it's your financial task, it will get easier and easier day by day. So think about it. What exactly does it mean to have God along with you? It's not about going and ringing that bell. It's not about just sitting down in any form of a religious place and just praying to God and begging him for helping you out. It's about imbibing those virtues, imbibing those qualities which God has, and that's what it means by having him along with us. Big difference, right? Think about it. I leave you with this beautiful blessing. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. Stay home. Om Shanti.